from. He said, "Oh, Canada." Kind of laughs it off.
Who's ready for the best night? They're fucking like Fight Fiends are here. Winnipeg. We're gonna do a winning weekend. And we got Prelim Tim, Arkansas MMA. AJ's unable to join us tonight, but we'll be back tomorrow for a live stream. Prelim Tim, how you doing, my friend? We're in my home country of Canada.
I've never been to Canada myself. Very busy day today. But I'm glad to be here and not working anymore. So hopefully we give out some good props, and I'd love to make some money with all of you tomorrow.
Oh, we are ready to make some money. Arkansas, he's going to jump back in here now. We got two of them in here. How you doing, Arkansas?
Voice is good. Sorry, my
Double
sound
trouble.
went out for some reason, so I just wanted to come back. I'm doing good. Thanks for having me. I'm excited for this card. I think I got some good bets.
We got some good bets, and we got a giveaway. At the start of the show, a forecaster said, hey, at the start of the show, why don't you do a giveaway? First 10 entries. So let's pull up that live chat. Thanks, everyone staying forecasted, dropping a like on the video. Much appreciation to everyone. We're giving out $20 to start the show. And I will name out everyone who entered on this one. Much respect, everyone tuning in on the live chat. We started it off with Christine Joy. She was here very early. Melvin, Marvin, Irvin. Holy smokes, they must know each other. Mike Reich is here. Rainer, Hannah, Daniel Espinoza, Joseph. He just joined the Discord too. He's in there. And Neil Melvin. They're the first 10, and they're entered to win 20 to start the show here. We're going to spin to win 50 at the very end of the show, taking all comments from the live chat. So stay forecasted till the very end. Right now, we're just doing the first 10 in the live chat for $20. Let's go. Who we got?
Melvin,
you know what to do, my friend. Message me, Discord, Instagram, and you just won yourself $20 to start the show. Let's go. He is winning already in Winnipeg with $20. There's 50 more dollars to come on the show. Stay forecasted, drop a comment, and you will be entered to win $50 on the Prop Fiends show. Each and every week, we are live. And we're going to start this one off with a live stream tomorrow that we want to notify you about. I'm giving out a free bet every fight. I'm going live for the whole main card, so stay forecasted. F3 will be live tomorrow during the fights, commentating the fights. Hopefully I get a couple special guests to join me. Prelim Tim, what are you doing?
I'll probably be there on the later part of it. I don't think I can do the earlier fights, or at least if I am, I'll be in and out. It's just while my kid's awake, I can't be on the stream for like several hours. But yeah, I can probably join for the main card at least.
Yeah, I'm gonna start right after the prelim card. So doing the whole main card. Arkansas, if you're free and don't got anything going on, you can join us as well. I think AJ might be around, so you're more than welcome.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Let's go. $50. End of the show. Stay forecasted, everyone. We're starting it off with my favorite pick on the prelims. I got the first fight of the night, Jamie Saraji, to go out here inside the distance, get the win. He had a tough time getting to the UFC, some health concerns in the past, 2019 COVID times. He's battled through it. He's worked his way into the UFC now, and he's not needed of a Dana White Contender Series fight because look at his ears. This guy knows how to grapple, and he has a great submission ability. And in this fight, he's going to showcase that, in my opinion. I'm taking inside the distance because the number between the submission and inside the distance is not too far off, and I'm not willing to gamble with that, get too greedy with it. We're in Canada. This is a lock of the week for Fight Fiend this week. I think Jamie is a great pick, and he gets it done to start the locks of the week. How you guys feeling? I'm going to do a shotgun for good luck. So talk for a good little bit on Jamie on the first fight, Prelim Tim, and then Arkansas.
Arkansas, you can take it first on this one. I don't have a lot to say on this fight.
Yeah,
debut.
Yeah, to be honest, I hadn't heard about this guy till this week. This is one of those guys I was joking. Like, I watch every weekend. I'd never heard of half the prelims. So I was a little surprised at how much work they made me do to bet these fights. But from what I've seen from Siraj, he should be able to take this guy down and submit him. Honestly, I was not impressed with the guy who's fighting Giannis, or however you say his name, when he first came out. Obviously, that's a tough opponent in his debut, but I think this is set up perfectly for Siraj to win inside the distance, if not submission specifically.
First fight, fireworks in Canada. Let's get straight to winning. Prelim Tim, probably not too confident on this one. Hopefully I can steer him the right way. The Canadians are coming through early on this event. Later in the event, it's going to be a little tricky. We might have to take the other side. Starting with Prelim Tim on his picks this week. Let's get straight to it.
I looked at Arkansas first. Yeah, so this wasn't my original prop, but it is one that I like, though. I originally had what's his name? Alon Nascimento in this spot. And then that fight got canceled, so I moved it to Castaneda. I think he's in a good position here where he lands a decent amount of strikes on the feet, and I think that how the hell do you say that guy's name? His opponent with the crazy name, first name Mark, is
Volagin.
Yeah, Volagin. He's somebody that absorbs strikes, as we could tell by his Contender Series fight, where he got hit I think like 165 times in 3 rounds. So that's a lot. Castaneda usually has a pretty good pace going. And I think where he can really take advantage in this fight is by landing takedowns, which he's shown us through a large sample of UFC experience. He often lands multiple takedowns in his fights. And Volagin got taken down 3 times, as well as absorbed a ton of strikes in the Contender Series. So other than that, I think it's just an experience level advantage. I mean, Castaneda's fought a decent resume of competition, and we really just haven't seen that much from Volagin yet. Plus, he's really short with short arms. So it feels like a good spot for Castaneda, and he's somebody who often goes to decision. So I like the number plus 220. So hopefully it works out.
There is meat on the bone here, and I like it. Prelim Tim, he has more UFC experience. I think he's the right side and goes out here and wins a decision too. Might be a play I'm taking this week. Arkansas, how you feeling on this one? Mark Volagin showed us one hell of a fight on Dana White's Contender Series. Showed the dog, showed his durability, but I don't know if he can get a win versus Sexy Maxie and Sexy Prelim Tim.
No comment, but yeah, I think if Castaneda does win, this is an insane value. He's not going to knock out or submit Volagin. I think that guy's tough as hell. Yeah, so this is a great bet if you're betting Castaneda.
Tim's tough and sexy, and you know it. And he's not afraid to show it. Arkansas, show us your favorite pick on the prelims, my friend.
Let's go. Okay, here. So this is one I think he's going to knock him out pretty early in this fight. I just think his hand speed, his power is too much, and he goes for it, which is something I really like. The only reason I didn't bet round 1 KO is because it's like plus 120 versus plus 100, and I think he's got a nasty guillotine. And when Bazooka's getting lit up in that first round, he might just dive for a takedown and try to get guillotined. I think that's his best path to being able to have a nice night, if that makes sense. Like, Barbosa's going to put him out cold unless he jumps into a guillotine and just by beating him up with punches. So I think Bazooka's going to be pretty aware of the power coming at him, and he might just dive into a guillotine just right off the bat. But yeah, one way or another, Barbosa's taking Bazooka out of there in the first round. It's just crazy. This is plus 100. I thought we'd at least get a little bit of chalk on this. So yeah, almost did this as my value prop, to be honest. But it's on the prelim, so I chose that.
Yeah, this guy had a wild Dana White Contender Series fight, got that round 1 finish. He can easily do it again against Dennis Bazooka, another hittable fighter on this card. I think it's too much of an experience gap on this one. Barbosa's young, under the age of 30, 17-2. I think the kid's legit. He goes out here, gets the win in style in Canada. As a favorite, he's a pretty big favorite, so you got to think he goes out here and makes it look easy for you, Arkansas. Prelim Tim, have you seen much on Barbosa yet?
Yeah, I'm familiar with Barbosa. More so, even I'm familiar with Bazooka. So he's somebody I want to like because he's a Long Island product, training with Longo Serra, and coming from the New York area. I'm always trying to back those guys, but Bazooka, while he's not a bad fighter, I don't think he's necessarily UFC level, and I don't think he's that durable. We've seen him knocked out by the likes of Jamal Emmers. We saw him get dropped by Francis Marshall, who Francis Marshall is not somebody who's really even known for striking. And as Arkansas laid out, Barbosa is very aggressive, and he's going to look to knock you out. I think it's something that should happen, and I agree that it should probably happen pretty early. I myself am kind of getting tired of chasing knockouts because it's just not that easy this year so far. But I mean, this definitely feels like a good bet. So yeah, I'm on this one too.
Let's go.
Let's go. We're all in agreement. So far on the event, better be a winning weekend in Winnipeg. We already gave out $20 on the show, and Melvin got the win. I'm going to answer the DM after the show. And yes, Prelim Tim.
I don't know if you see the chat right now, but everybody's kind of like flirting with you. They're saying how good you look in red.
Hey, I got a sex strip of lights and I can change the color for next week. But yeah, the UFC sign is red and it gives a good glow. And then the red jersey for Canada. Let's fucking go. Another $50 into the show. We have what? 12 entries? 15 right now? Already gave out 20 to Melvin. Gonna message him after this show, give out that 20 to him. Appreciate everybody tuning in and appreciate everyone. Yeah, like Prelim Tim said, flirting with me makes me want to do another shotgun. Hopefully it's not my turn next. Holy, and it is. Yeah, I'm laying the chalk. I'm playing hopscotch up here in Canada. You know that. Rarely, very rarely will I do that, but I'm gonna parlay this one. It's never a single bet under plus money for me unless I can double my money. Don't take the bet, right? That's how I win long term. I always take bets that can double my money. This is a parlay piece, and she's a lock of the week for me this week. I can sense a round 3 finish, but looking at the odds, I just got to agree she's going to go out here and get a decision. That's normally what she does. She has a couple finish wins for sure, but Natalia Silva is a very good fighter in her own right. She can make it competitive at times, but for the most part, it's going to be Jasmine's fight, and it's going to be a decision on the judges' scorecard. I see a couple finishes on this event. This is not one. Maybe round 3. It's definitely worth it, but I don't think they're going to give you a payout on those kind of odds. It's like plus 1,600, plus 1,700 for round 3 finish. I think she's going to gas out Crean Silva, take over round 2, later round 2, and then just dominate, dog walk Crean Silva round 3. It's the gas tank that is a problem for Crean in this fight. Fellas, lock of the week. What do you think?
Yeah, lock of the week. She's probably my favorite play too. This is exactly the play that I gave out on my Substack and also on the Fight Fiend Forecast Discord channel. Jasmine by decision. I also have a little bit of nervousness that she finds a finish, but I agree with you. I think that Karine Silva, she's good enough of a grappler. I think in bottom position, she'll be able to avoid the worst positions and probably not be susceptible to a ground and pound finish. And I don't see her getting submitted. So I don't see Jasmine finishing the fight on the feet. I think Silva can mostly stay safe on the mat while maybe not being able to get off of her back though. So yeah, I like Jasmine here to just win by a good wrestling pace and Silva basically getting tired. So this is one I'm on to and one of my favorite plays, if not my favorite play of the night.
Yeah, the trend has been pretty straightforward with a chalky line on a decision. Looking at the other side, it's like plus 550, pretty wide number. It's most of the time a clean-cut decision for the person favored to win. It's going to be cut and dry decision, in my opinion, looking at minus 150 here. I'm willing to play hopscotch and parlay this one. Are you going to parlay action with me, Arkansas?
I'm torn on this fight, to be completely honest with you. I've been a big Karine Silva fan on her way up, and I jumped off the bandwagon probably a little before everybody else. I bet Lipsky, De Silva, whatever her name is, Queen of Violence, before I knew she was not the Queen of Violence anymore. So that's another story for another day. But yeah, I've been trying to fade Karine Silva for a little bit after riding her wave to the top. I think she's super violent, and I just think that if that doesn't happen early, that she's going to be in trouble, and mentally she's kind of gives up. So my whole thing here is maybe she can get Jasmine early, like submit her, and because they're going to be they're both kind of slow, and they're just going to find a way to attach each other. And I think Karine Silva is going to be the stronger and better grappler early, and I think she's going to put Jazz in a tough spot. So I'm not betting Jazz money line pre-fight. I think it's a great live bet spot because I do think Jazz can survive whatever happens early. But I also think that Jazz is super aggressive, and she's way more of a high-level finisher in terms of she'll push for like ground and pound and can do like push the cardio aspect, which is a real big part of her game, and it's a negative of Silva's game. And if you look at her recent losses, Karine Silva, Vivian Araujo is not really someone that's like super aggressive and known for like trying to finish fights. And I would say the same about Macy Barber compared to at least Jasmine. So I think you guys are in for a big time sweat. First of all, is what I'm trying to say is I think the first round is going to be sketchy. And then I also think Jasmine's going to be pushing to finish second and third rounds. I just think Silva's going to be gassed. She's going to end up on her back. And then Jasmine's just going to be doing this. And she's going to be doing it at a high pace. And you're going to be like, oh, shit. So I'm honestly haven't bet this fight yet. Like I said, I'm torn because I think Jasmine probably survives early, but the line's off. I'll be praying for you guys, though, because I know this is going to be a fun fight. This is a super underrated women's MMA fight, if that makes sense. Like, this is going to be fun to watch, I think.
It is going to be fun to watch. If it is close, we got the judges on our side.
Who's calling that shit?
You got to wonder
who's calling that shit.
We got Canadian judges. But yeah, realistically, round one, we're in for a sweat, Arkansas. This is going to be a sweat with Karine Silva, the killer. It's round one or bust for her, in my opinion. She's going to bring action, and Jasmine has to be a lot better than she was in round one, her last fight. She got cold-cocked, right? She got cold-cocked. She has to be very defensively sound, come in more prepared, and I think she will do that in Canada. It's going to be a good one. I'm going to lock it in pre-fight. But like you mentioned, live betting this, you might get a much better number on Jasmine if she drops round one, which I'm kind of expecting her to. So that's a good thing to mention there. Live bet the Jasmine money line with the locks once again. But then I do believe she's the final lock on my parlay. So you might have to do something later. And there's not much fights after this one, I do believe. So tough to bet this one live for me, unless we can get plus money. I'd hammer it. Very confident on Jasmine this week. Main card money. Oh my fucking God. Arkansas. Let's do it, my brother.
Let's go. So honestly, this is one of the worst weeks of my life in terms of taping film. It was some of the most boring film I've ever watched, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
With some of these fighters. And I'm someone who loves finishes. So like I'm probably like a more lean towards a casual than a hardcore. If you say that, like, oh, you don't appreciate like good technical striking stuff. Don't get me wrong, I do, but like I don't want to sit there for 3 hours watching it every night on the weekday. So I want to see somebody get cracked up. And when I was watching Jai Herbert film, it seems like he's got all the tools to be a great fighter. But he really just doesn't seem to show up as an underdog. And I remember I messaged you guys earlier in the week when I was watching film and I was looking at that. And that was one of the biggest things that stood out to me is he's always a live dog, I'll say. He still surprise you. He's better than he fights. But I just think Nalo here he's too good. I think it's like his flow state or his hand-eye coordination is just a little bit better than Jai Herbert's. So yeah, this line is probably a little wide in terms of this could look like a pick'em fight. But I really trust that Nalo's going to find Jai's chin at some point. I honestly thought Jai was a lot chinnier than he really is. So when I went back and watched film, I watched every single minute of every fight he's had in the UFC just because I was like, why do I think he's chinny? And I really wanted to debunk that. I've seen him get cracked a few times, don't get me wrong, but he's not as chinny as I thought. So I wasn't as confident in this play. But then I started watching Nalo film and I'm just like, oh my God, he's so unique. He's so tough to deal with that. Jai is a very like technical striker and he's doing pretty good. But if he starts mixing things up, he's going to be a little tired. I think his best chance is to like KO catch Nalo early. But other than that, Nalo's going to probably catch him early too, or at least maybe take the fight to the ground, could grab his back. Like I think Nalo's got lots of ways to win. Personally, I bet the round 1 and 2 KO for Nalo. The reason I didn't give that out is because I wanted to give everyone a good bet. I bet this myself for 3 units. I personally actually found a way to do it on same game parlays on DraftKings too, to get it to its plus 150. So that's another thing I wanted to shout out since I gave you these picks. So it's something you can find for 130 if you just do it like pre-built on DraftKings. But if you go in the same game parlays and select Nalo and then under 10.5 minutes, And then that is actually plus 150. So that's another way to kind of get a little bit more money on a juicy prop like this. But yeah, I think he's going to find a weird way to knock out Jai Herbert, if not submit him within the first round, to be honest. If it gets into round 2, I'm going to be a little sketchy, but I think Nalo's live for that round 2 finish. I personally didn't bet his money line just because I think he's might look like a live underdog. Jai Herbert's really good. I think he's being underrated here, but I think he's going to get finished.
Arkansas, you dirty ghetto kid. What do you think about these comments? The haters are thinking Jai Herbert's going to start a title run here.
That's hilarious. No, to be honest with you, I don't mean to be disrespectful by saying that's hilarious because I think he's really good. I was so impressed when I went back and watched the Ilya fight. Like, he didn't just knock Ilya down with a head kick. He came out, did it within like 10 or 15 seconds, and then he whooped Ilya's ass for that first round. Ilya basically tried to like survive and hold him against the cage, and Ilya looked massive at 155. Like, that was a special. It wasn't a fluke, is what I'm saying. Is like that was a special night for Jai. Unfortunately, he was still fighting Ilya Topuria in the second round, so that KO happened. But yeah, Jai Herbert's no joke. He's really good.
That Ilya fight was nuts, man. He almost knocked out Ilya. You imagine?
Unbelievable. No, people need to go back and watch that fight. It's a treat. Like, yeah, I have more appreciation for Ilya after watching back that full fight.
But then the way he got knocked out was pretty bad. And it's been a highlight reel for me on some prior videos when I first started the show. Jai Herbert getting absolutely floored with that combination to Ilya. So, yeah, his chin might not be able to hold up at this age. And Nalo is older, but hey, he has a lot more to show here. It is a tough fight for him. Jai Herbert has a ton of experience. Record doesn't look good, but the odds are close. That should indicate somewhat of a close fight. But Nalo has that energy, speed early, and this prop is likely to cash if he's to win in Canada. But we already talked about it. Who's calling that shit? It's the Canadian judges. So I think he's going to be the winner, even if it goes to the scorecards. Prelim Tim, have you seen anything on this newcomer making his debut in the UFC weekend?
My bet is that it doesn't go to the scorecards. I'm betting the under 2.5 rounds for minus 155 instead of picking a side. I definitely lean Nalo pretty hard. I don't think Jai Herbert's as good as Arkansas does. Like, maybe his chin isn't as bad as people are talking like, but he just doesn't primary striker. He lands like 40 strikes per 3 rounds. It's just not enough to get by. If you're not going to have that many finishes, which he doesn't really, lately, he doesn't have that many finishes. So you're not going to win rounds by striking as little bit as he does. You're really dependent on knockouts then. So maybe he gets it here. Nalo's record in Bellator is kind of sketchy. Some of the people he fought are decent people. Like, I think Adam Piccolotti is a pretty good fighter. I think Carrington Banks is actually a pretty good fighter, and he beat Carrington Banks. So, I mean, it's not terrible. But making a debut, his age, and the way he looked in some of his past fights in Bellator, I'm not completely ready to jump on him, especially as like a minus 180 favorite. So I'm just choosing the fight to go under.
Man, the Canadians went like the men Canadian fighters last time at UFC 297. They went 0 for 7. Remember that? Not as Canadian fighter won.
Yeah.
That was brutal. Mike Malott lost in that one, I do believe, to Neil Magny.
Oh, yeah. That was in Canada? I forgot.
Yep. That was the last time we were in Canada, I believe, and not one Canadian fighter got the dub. I think Jasmine was on the card and she got the win. She was the only one, but
I think Jasmine's the best fighter out of Canada right now, in my opinion.
Yeah, it was like Jasmine, Croden, or Horth. One of them were on the card and got the win, but all the men fighters lost, and it was brutal. They all lost. I would hate for that to happen again. And last time, a lot were favored. Like, a lot of big favorites lost that were Canadian in Canada. It was humiliating to be Canadian, but here I am again, having fun on a somewhat shitty card, bringing the energy, having some fun like I do each and every week. It doesn't matter if it's the best event, best name you see on the fucking roster fighting, or the worst. I'm bringing the same energy, and y'all know that, which is why you're tuning in, and you have a chance to win money each and every live stream. So I really appreciate everybody liking the video, subscribing, and continuing to stay forecasted. It's been a great Prop Fiend show this year. The new addition to Arkansas and AJ, it's been much better in my opinion. Prelim Tim could agree on that.
Yeah, I'll just say that.
Yeah, it's been great this year, and we're going to continue it off.
Hey, look at that
Tim on the
dog.
main card.
He appreciates you guys too.
Yeah, it's been good energy with you, Arkansas. A lot of analysis. You show your face. You actually post bets. Like, yeah, you're a good guy. Doesn't matter if you're number one picks in the world. You actually take bets. You show your face. And yeah, there's a lot of other stuff to talk about too, but we're not going to talk about it all.
Wow,
and
really?
Prelim Tim's ready to make some fucking money. Let's go. Make some money in Winnipeg, man.
You're really
Peg
going
the girl down and let's get some money, man.
Surprises me that
Spend some
some of that stuff. But so I know you're opposing me, Joseph, on this one. I don't know if you're going to get into that later. But so this one this is the first bet I made on this card. And anybody on the Jourdain side, I can understand the argument for Jourdain. And I'm actually putting
going against my Canadian
on Jourdain to win by submission because not only does he have 2 guillotine wins in a row, but he also has 5 out of his 7 career submissions by guillotine. When I found those stats, I was like shocked by it. And then I looked in my book and it was plus 700 to get Jourdain by submission. So I decided to hedge a little bit with that because I think if he does win, that's how he's probably going to do it. Or at least there's a good chance that he's going to do it that way. But this fight is to go to distance. I think Phillips is just much more built for that to happen because Jourdain is 2-6, I believe. Or no, yeah, 2-6, 2 decision in his career. Out of 8 career losses, 6 of them are 2 decision. So he kind of has to get a finish to win. Phillips is somebody who is going to land takedowns and push a higher pace than Jourdain does in general. And Jourdain is somebody who's been taken down many times in his career by multiple people, like Andre Fili, like Nathaniel Wood, and I'm forgetting the other people now off the top of my head. But if you go to my Substack, Prelim Tim MMA Substack, I wrote all this down.
And he's in Discord. In Discord.
In Discord, yeah. So Phillips, I think, is going to definitely win the early part of the fight by landing takedowns and control, hopefully outstriking Jourdain, and then he might start to fade a little bit as the fight goes on. I'm hoping that he banks enough in the earlier part of the fight to get the decision win, because I think if it goes a distance, that it's heavily in his favor. And plus 300, I think it's a really big number for that.
Big number, and you know what? It is really a big spot for Charles Jourdain. Co-main event, I believe. A lot of pressure. He's trying to move up the ranks, solidify his spot. But you mentioned the guillotine, Prelim Tim. And he is kind of guillotine or bust in that split decision loss he had to Sean Woodson. It was kind of like a guillotine or bust spot. And I could see that really happening here. Kyler Phillips has a high fighter's IQ. He's very defensively sound. He rarely gets finished. He's at a high level at a high gym. You know, this is a very competitive fight. And if there is a Canadian to drop the bag, you know, not a single one of them won last time we were in Canada. 0-for-7. Not a bad look for Kyler Phillips here. The Matrix.
Yeah.
4-1.
Yeah, especially for that number. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's live for sure. And I think Jourdain is live to drop the bag as a Canadian. And looking at how Kyler wins, it's pretty obvious. You know, I think you're onto something here, Prelim Tim. Escape Matrix in the chat should be onto this one. The Matrix, Kyler Phillips might be an upset play this week. He might be. I'm going to take every Canadian fighter probably in a little parlay, see if we can go 100%. Highly unlikely, though. We'll see what happens. There is one fight I don't think we're going to talk about, Valentin and Julian LeBlanc. That's one fighter I picked based off me being Canadian alone. You know, I think Robert Valentin can win the fight and be an upset this week, so we'll see. There's another upset on the card. Arkansas, are you taking Kyler? Are you going against Canada here? Co-main event?
I don't know. Maybe he's alive. I think Tim's got a decent sized value bet here. Personally, I just think Kyler Phillips seems like he's just like there's a point in your career when things start getting a little bit difficult and tough, and you could go one way or another. and it seems like he's tried to go the right way. It seems like he's tried to make changes, but I just think physically and like with his cardio, I just think he's built a certain way, and he's built to come out and steamroll people. Maybe he steamrolls Charles early, I think. Other than that, like, I think Charles is pretty damn good everywhere, to be honest with you. Like, if Rob Font was he was minus 600 over Rob Font and lost that fight, and to be honest with you, it felt like he just like kind of broke mentally in the start of that second round. Like the first round, everything was going great. And the second round, like things just got a little weird, and Kyler just seemed like he broke. And then the next fight after that, Vinicius Oliveira's no walk in the park, but like, I think we all thought Kyler Phillips was live in that fight, and he kind of just came out and didn't really do much, to be honest with you. I thought the first round was pretty close, but I don't see how he's going to come out and win 2 rounds on the cards here, because I think Charles is smart enough to know he's got to push a pace. Maybe Phillips hurts him early and kind of just wrestles him, but I just think Jourdain's going to make him work. And so that's why I personally took Jourdain round 3 or decision. And then I also sprinkled the round 3 prop itself, just because I think he's going to make Kyler work. And I think he's going to be super live for a finish at the end of this fight. If he doesn't, I think that second round, he's going to be doing enough work to make Kyler, like I said, if Rob Font can make you work that hard to get gassed out in like 6 minutes, like I think Kyler's going to have a tough enough time. So I honestly, I don't know how Kyler Phillips wins this fight, but I'm respectfully not betting like Charles Jourdain's money line, just because I know Kyler's super live early, and he could like knock him out. He could wrestle him. He could just be looking like minus 300 for the first couple minutes. And yeah, maybe he wins that first 7.5 minutes, and Jourdain doesn't get a finish, and then Kyler just wins by decision. I think this is why this is a good value bet here for Tim. I could see this path, but personally, I like the round 3 and decision by Jourdain. So good luck to both of us, I guess.
And Escape Matrix, he's in agreement with you, Arkansas. He's taking Air Jourdain. He thinks he will upset Prelim Tim. Prelim Tim, what do you have to say about that?
Right. I mean, I think that's fine. I laid out already what I think about Phillips, but so I mean, I just don't see the probability of Jourdain winning the decision when he almost never does that. And Kyler Phillips is somebody that we've seen win decisions in the UFC, and to say that you don't know what Kyler Phillips will do if Jourdain is pushing the pace, I think he just takes him down. We've seen Jourdain get taken down a lot of times, and we've seen Kyler Phillips land multiple takedowns lots of times. So, I mean, it's okay. I mean, like I said at the beginning, I understand arguments for Jourdain, but to me, definitely
big wrestling guy.
For the value, I can see why Kyler Phillips should be able to win this fight.
Yeah.
Hey, Tim's sharp on that wrestling analysis.
Yeah.
The horny son of a gun over here, the sexy motherfucker. Maybe it's the wrestling that gets Kyler the win. Maybe Prelim Tim is on to something here. He's definitely on to being sexy this week, like he is each and every week. So you check out his YouTube and subscribe, and fuck, it's going to be a good time. Each and every week, you have a chance to win $50. Fuck yeah. Chance to win $50. You like and subscribe, stay in the live chat. We're giving out $50 each and every week. Man of my word. Hey, we've been doing this for a while now. It ain't going to stop anytime soon. Appreciate everybody in the live chat. I throwed it on the video there, bottom right-hand corner. Everybody commenting. It's showing on the video, so much love. You all are on the show this week. Thanks for supporting Fight Fiends, Prelim Tim, and Arkansas. Arkansas, where can they find you this week before we get into that value? Because Prelim Tim's on YouTube, and the people know.
Find me on Twitter and Instagram, and then I post all my bets on Patreon too, but I'll post my bets tomorrow on Instagram and Twitter too. X. Sorry.
Let's do it. Let's go. Let's win in Winnipeg. Follow Arkansas on all platforms. One of the best, sharpest analysis when it comes to main card picks, prelim picks, and value picks. He hit Trayshawn Gore by submission the other week. You want to tune into Arkansas MMA bets each and every week, along with Prelim Tim, MMA, and Fight Fiend. We're here, and we're going to go live tomorrow for the main card, UFC Winnipeg. It's going to be a good one. Gilbert Burns is in the main event with Mike Malott, and anything can and will happen inside of that octagon. anything can and will happen on the Prop Fiend show. I'll tell you that. So we're going to keep it running up. Hopefully everybody tunes in sometime tomorrow. It's going to be a good one. And this is going to be a good one.
Let's go. Yeah, so I'll go talk about this. I didn't want to speak too much when he had Sexy Mexi by decision. Tim did earlier.
Sexy tits?
Yeah. No, but to be honest with you, when I first saw this line this week, it opened, I saw Sexy Mexi as an underdog, and I was like, ooh, I love that. And I was like, that seems a little too good to be true, because I personally never saw the Vologden fight until this week on his Dana White Contender Series. I missed that. That's like the one Dana White Contender Series or UFC fight I missed. So I missed that fight. And of course I hear it's like, oh, the one night I missed. And I'm like, look, showing my girlfriend, I'm like, I fucking missed the greatest fight of all time on the Contender Series, I guess. And so I always kind of wanted to wait till I had time to watch it. And this was the perfect time to watch it this week. I think Vologden is, I think it was a little crazy. He was the favorite. I saw some books opened him minus 250. But honestly, after looking at the tape, I kind of understand. He's pretty live early, I think. And I think Castaneda's been in a lot of fights over his years. He's getting kind of up there now, especially at a lower weight division. I've seen him get cracked multiple times. And just looking at the style of how Mark throws, I don't think Castaneda's really fought anybody that's going to come at him with like powerful boxing like Vologden will. And Vologden mixes it up really well, too. He throws some kind of unique stuff that'll keep Castaneda not thinking just about his boxing. But I do think Castaneda's chin is going to get touched, and I think Vologden's might knock him out in the first or second round by just having the power, pushing a pace, and Castaneda being a little bit up there in age and being tagged before. And like I say, this is a unique fight. So I think this is a nice setup spot for Vologden. I was shocked that he lost the fight after watching like the first 7.5 minutes of the fight on his Contender Series, because he had that dude wobbled every single way. And so I think he's going to be able to wobble Sexy Mexi here. I even think he might even be winning some of the minutes and the moments. But I personally bet his money line. I took round 1 and round 2 KO and the KO prop. This is insane. I thought it was going to be plus 250. I would have bet it at plus 300. So to get plus 400, I was really excited about this after watching film.
One hell of a fucking fight on the prelims. We won't be live during this fight, but hey, I'm going to be watching it for sure. Tune in and find out the winner of this one. Vologden has a plus 400 price tag by KO. He's willing to stand and bang. Dana White Contender Series, if he can bring that, this is going to be one of the best fights in the card, Arkansas MMA. And you brought value. Let's fucking go.
Oh, yeah.
This is a good one. Obviously, the Castaneda decision is the play for Prelim Tim. If he wants to argue and debate for a little bit, let's get straight to it. Let's hear it.
No, I'm good. I disagree.
Yeah, this is fight of the night. Anything can and will happen inside of the octagon. You got two great plays. Pick your poison, because this is just one hell of a fight. This is not a poisonous fight. Congrats to the winner on this one. I might be staying away, or I might be playing both sides in like two little parlays or treble bets, something like that. So join Patreon. I'll post all my bets in there later tonight, tomorrow, a little later this week, but want to be super calculated in Canada. Make sure I can cash in big. Get the win in Winnipeg. Prelim Tim, who you pegging this week on the value props?
Yeah. So this one
That's
is
dirty.
This one's a little wild. I almost went with just the finish, because I do think she could also have like a ground and pound type of TKO finish. The finish is plus 275 if you guys are interested in that, or at least it was last time I looked at it. But since it's a value prop, sometimes I like to go for like a really big number and kind of reach a little bit for these. So plus 575 for Croton to get a submission. I think Zelenikova, her grappling just looks really poor. She looks like she really just doesn't know what to do when she's on her back. Croton, for somebody who I don't think is the best wrestler or grappler, she does land a decent amount of takedowns, and she has shown that she wants to land takedowns. So I think on the feet, she might get touched up a little bit by Zeleznikova, and then she'll look for takedowns. She'll probably get them, and I think she'll be in control there. Hopefully, this bet wins and she gets a submission. I think she could also just beat her up from top position. But so, yeah, there's a lot of reasons that this makes sense, and you're getting a big number. So this is kind of my long shot for the card.
Yep, pound her ass. Just pound it. You want to know why? Croden is a confident lock of the week once again with Jasmine Jasudavicius and Jamie Sraji. Yes, please, in Canada. Let me cash in. Let me cash in in Canada. She is a lock, Prelim Tim. I can. You sexy. It's hard to look you in the eyes right now. I can only agree with you, handsome. I can only agree with you. Sexy Prelim Tim. Let's go, Croden. I'm going to probably play this with how good of a number you just gave out. What do you think? Round 2, 3? Are we on the same page? I'm thinking round 3 again.
I think on my Substack, when I wrote it up, I put round 2.
Okay, round 2, round 3. Over 1.5 and sub? Over 1.5 and sub. Yeah, that's the play. That's a fucking play right there. Over 1.5 and sub. And then we can take Croden money line with the locks. What do you think? Arkansas, my guy, please don't go against the locks this week. Just go get yourself some money in Canada. Cash in. Let's get the win in Winnipeg. Come on.
I'm feeling a little crazy here. I kind of like the dog.
Don't do it.
I think she might knock her out in the first round. So I'm excited.
Okay,
to see this
well,
fight,
as long
though.
as she wins.
Yeah, no, I think she's just a better striker, and there's like a serious age gap here,
Okay.
and I think the speed and the power is going to be one thing for Croden coming at her. I think she's going to be a little bit surprised early, and I think everyone is. The line is the one thing that kind of hinted me at this fight. I was like, I don't want to look at all these prelim fights. Like I said, I barely know half these people, but I really had to spend the time this week and dug in, and so yeah, I'm honestly shocked at the number that you guys are getting at this. But when I saw that number, I saw it's almost like too good to be true, if that makes sense. Because this number to me should be closer to like plus 200, 300. I feel like either Daria is going to like knock her out or Daria is going to be on her back after Croden gets rocked and just getting ground and pounded or submitted. So the fact that this fight is like minus 200 to go the distance spoke a lot of volumes to me. I mean, they all think that this is fights like, I mean, most women's fights to go the distance are like minus 500, right? Like even at the higher weight class. So, yeah, I mean, Croden's still live on the feet. She's really good everywhere, to be honest with you. I just think like as a path to victory, Daria is going to come out hot. I'd be surprised if this fight keeps going past round 2, like you said. So if Croden comes out, she's just going to take Daria down pretty easily for the most part. But I think Croden wants to stand, and I think she's going to be surprised what happens. So maybe I'm totally wrong here. I don't have too strong of a read. I know I sounded confident. Like I said, it's like not like too low level of fight. These ladies should put on a pretty good fight one way or another. So this is a great value pick. I haven't bet this myself personally, so that's what I wanted to just say. That's my point of view. I'm not as confident as it may sound, if that makes sense.
The reason why I want to add on here is because I actually like the sub a little bit more than the knockout, and let me steer you in the right way here, Arkansas. Sometimes you get what you're given, right? You're just going to get what you're given in a win, and it could be the club and sub. Daria Zeleznikova is a decent striker, but on the ground, her takedowns is definitely a worry for me more than, kind of standing toe for toe. If Daria Zeleznikova goes toe for toe, I don't think she gets the win either. But hey, could be a club and sub. And I think the skill gap on the ground for Croden is going to be a little bit more significant than on the feet in this one. And I think that's why Prelim Tim's leaning on the sub. It could be a club and sub. And there is a ton of value here too. So might be worth a sprinkle, half unit. And I talked about some treble bets. Take 2-3 props that we gave out on the show, put a quarter unit, half unit, and you could make some pretty good money. A couple events ago, we've profited over 80 units on Fight Fiends bets. And I've took some of them just based off the Prop Fiends show here alone. Last week was tough, but this week we're going to be rough in Canada. We're going to be winning all weekend, so get ready for it. Prelim Tim, let's talk about Croden sub one more time. I think you're maybe onto something. Hopefully it is a lock of the week no matter what, because these locks need to fucking cash in Canada, my friend, my fiend, my forecaster, my sexy polyamorous friend in the future, maybe. What? DM me later? Low-key? I didn't say that. I thought it was on mute. What?
Are you talking
I don't know what poly means. What? Is that the right definition? What did you just say, Prelim Tim?
You want me to talk about this more?
Yeah, keep talking.
All right, I'll talk. Keep talking.
Please.
All right, so she only has one career submission, and I believe Zelznikova only has one career loss by submission. But I do think if you just watch tape of Zelznikova grappling, she's just not good. I think she's vulnerable.
Diarrhea.
I was going to say susceptible, but I couldn't get the word out. And I don't think Croden is the best grappler, but I do think, especially if Arkansas has merit to what he's saying, she might be tagging Croden on the feet. Croden will look to get a takedown, and I think she will be in control once that happens. Then hopefully we get the submission. So that's my thought process on this one. Just looking for a big number, and this is kind of a tricky card. So this is one that I felt pretty good about.
Yeah, I feel good about the fight. If you don't love the sub, you agree with Arkansas, you're leaning KO. Let's just all come to agreement on the locks of the week. 3 times our money. We can take a little bit of a heavier wager here. I think these 3 Canadians win with ease in Winnipeg. Come on now. I'm giving it 1 free lock parlay per month. We're in Canada. You know I'm going to give it out for free this event. Prelim Tim, are you going to take a bet? Arkansas, are you going to take a bet? Maybe not. Maybe you like it. What do you think?
On this one, or are you asking me if I have another one?
No, I'm asking if you're going to take this bet with me on the locks of the week, my friend.
Yeah, I'll take it with you. Oh, yeah.
Let's go, because we talked about this Prelim Tim throughout the week, so God damn it, you better be on board. It was just the Jamie fight. You were kind of like, a lock? I don't know. But after me telling you that he's really deserved this opportunity, he doesn't even need the Dana White Contender Series. And I told you about his ears. You can see it on the face-offs. His ears?
Yeah.
Cotton eared AF. He's ready to go, my friend. He's fucking ready.
I think you and Arkansas sold me on Siraj more now, but probably more than Croden. Like, even though I just talked about my bet on Croden, I still want to consider her a lock, though. I would probably put Barbosa in there, but I know that you're framing this as like a Canadian parlay, so I think that might be the best 3 Canadians. So yeah,
let's fucking fire it up, Fiends. We got Gilbert Burns main event.
If you're gonna ask Arkansas, maybe you put Charles Jourdain in there. It sounds like though. So
maybe Arkansas. I was gonna call you sexy, but. Not tonight.
Thank you. I'll work on it. I'll work on it another night. Maybe Nalo or Malott. I mean, I still think Gilbert Burns is live versus Malott, so that's a crazy number. But I mean, Malott could be the guy. You know, it's in a setup fight for him, to be honest. So, and then the other guy,
beat Neil Magny though, so it's like, sheesh.
Yeah, but. I don't know. Yeah.
Magnus somebody that's known for breaking people late, where Gilbert Burns is somebody who can gas. And if he doesn't win early, Gilbert Burns could be a mess, especially in a 5-round fight.
Yeah, so. Mike hasn't really showed us a 5-round fight yet. That's my worry too. Is gas.
I don't think he has 5-round cardio either. I think if a fight extends, it's going to be pretty sloppy.
Yeah, and then you go look at the value as a betting man, right? Like the value is on Gilbert, and that's probably why the line moved down so much. Like he was 5-1, now he's 3-1. So the line movement has been sharp in the past. That's not a reason to go blindly bet it, but that's kind of a reason to go blindly bet it. The line movement has been sharp. Just be aware, Mike Malott is not a lock of the week this week in Canada main event. It could be a a humiliation ritual. We don't know what the hell is going to happen in Canada or in the octagon, but we're here to give you our input, our best analysis, and hopefully some of you like the picks, especially the locks this week. I'm seriously trying to cash in huge in Canada. Get the win in Winnipeg. You know what it is. You know what the fuck it is. Dog of the week, though, absolute dog shit this year, and Thiago Moises is going to get us into the win column this week with the gauntlet of fucking God. This guy has way more UFC experience. He has good takedowns, and he has a great submission upside. We talked about Jamie for his fight of the night. Let's keep it on the prelims. Thiago should go out here versus Gage Young, who's in his third UFC fight. Find a submission like he did versus Mel Costa, who's on a huge win streak and is a much better fighter than Gage Young. Much better. If Thiago Moises can do that to Mel Costa and he can't do that to Gage Young at 31 years old, off a knockout loss or not, man, I don't know. I'm speechless. Speechless. Yeah. I think this is cut and dry. Thiago underdog prelim Tim. Please back me up, my friend. Like fuck the dogs need a win.
I'm not supremely confident in this. So we've talked about it a little bit. I think that Thiago Moises is somebody who can break and doesn't have great cardio. He does though have great jiu-jitsu and he has decent striking. I'm more on this than I used to be. You've swayed me a little bit on it. Gage Young, I feel like is somebody who has fought decent people and hasn't looked bad though. But for Moises to get the win over Mel Costa is aged very well. I mean, if Mel Costa and Gage Young were going to fight right now, I would definitely be leaning strongly towards Mel Costa. And then Moises beat him pretty not easily, but I mean, it was pretty obvious that he won the fight. So it makes me question why then I don't want to pick Moises. I mean, but then you have to factor in the things like the durability that I'm worried about. But then watching your video for the Dog of the Week got me pretty hyped on it. It showed some really good footage of Moises landing some really slick takedowns, choking out Mel Costa. So, I mean, I like this. And plus 525 is pretty big. This is another one that I'm probably going to wind up going with you on, but not something I was very into as the week started.
I'm so happy to hear that. Thank you, Prelim Tim. Dog of the Week video is out. Landed on Thiago Moises. I really seen the grappling and takedown versus Mel Costa, and I was also amazed, like Prelim Tim was, like, how can you not pick this guy versus Gage Young? Gage Young's a boxer, but he's fighting his third UFC fight. His first fight was a loss to Evan Elder. Are you kidding me if he can beat Thiago Moises? Are you fucking kidding me? Like,
I mean, I kind of like Evan Elder, but
yeah, I'm not saying Evan Elder's bad, but like Gage Young is nothing special here. Thiago Moises has more wins than Gage Young does have fights. And he has more UFC fights, win or loss, than Gage Young has fights. Like, the skill gap and experience gap is way too wide. I'm going to be shocked if Thiago don't win any which way in Winnipeg. Arkansas, my friend. What are you saying on this one? This is the Dog of the Week for UFC Winnipeg for Fight Fiend.
I think it's live. Yeah, because I was curious why Gage Young was like the favorite. I know at least based on their schedule, strength of schedule, I thought Thiago Moises should be respectfully like at least kind of like pick him. But yeah, the line just kept moving towards Gage Young, and I get it. There's reasons to doubt Moises. But yeah, I think his grappling is pretty underrated. And if you look at some of his recent losses, I bet against him in all of those fights. Like, I was shocked Jared Gordon knocked him out. I think we all were, but I still bet Jared Gordon like round 2 and round 3 props that fight, even and his money line. So I was pretty confident Jared Gordon was going to beat him. And then you look at Ludovic Klein. I was confident Ludovic Klein was going to beat him. Benoit Saint Denis, that was like the biggest bet in my page's history. I had like almost like $1,000 on Benoit Saint Denis, and I bet like $20 usually.
Round 1 was sketchy though in the Saint Denis fight, wasn't it? Because Thiago had those takedowns and he was actually finding success, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but like as someone who max betted Benoit Saint Denis, I was just getting excited because I was like, oh, Moises is literally just going to be like gassing himself out because Benoit's going to get up. He's going to start. Yeah. So, but at the same point, you're exactly right. So Moises was super live. He was out grappling Benoit Saint Denis. If you look at his losses, they're all pretty much top 10, top 15 guys. And I'm not sure Gage Young is there yet. I think this is either round 1 or round 2. If he's going to submit him, it's pretty nice. Plus 1,000, plus 1,400. Maybe he wins just by decision, just like grappling him. But yeah, if he's live for a decision, or excuse me, a submission, I think he could just take him down in big body and just like he's way better on the ground once he gets him there. So I think based on some of his history with Gage Young, with his takedown defenses, his takedown defense and some of the people he's fought, there's reason to believe he might have success here. But I think he's going to be surprised, and I think the UFC set this fight up for a reason. Is because Moises isn't really dangerous in the sense where he's going to change a young prospect's career trajectory with like damage, right? Like he's going to maybe grapple you, submit you, like he's like or decision 100%. You. It's not like, oh, let's put Gage Young against Benoit Saint Denis and see how he does. It's like, or that could be like life-changing damage, or vice versa, where Marcano just seemed to like just totally tee off on Benoit Saint Denis for a little bit. So, I think it's a good step up for Gage Young, but I was a little surprised at the odds. And after looking at it, I think he's a live dog, and this is a great value bet. The line's been coming down too on this, so I'm probably going to sprinkle it.
Yeah, like if you can get the grappling at least going versus Benoit Saint Denis, he should be able to get the win and get the grappling going throughout the fight versus Gage Young. Obviously, the game plan has to be there. Praying that it is, making the move to Fighting Nerds. I think it's a great move to the Fighting Nerds too.
Yeah.
For him, so should be a good fight here. Display of two fighters we're going to see in the UFC hopefully for the next 5 years. I think they have a lot of life left in the tank. Like you said, Gage Young, if he takes the loss, ain't going to hurt his trajectory too much here in this one. Live stream tomorrow. After the prelims, Fight Fiend forecast is going live. Special guest, live commentary, possible giveaways. We're going live for 3 to 4 hours during the main event. Join us. Free bets every fight. It's going to be one hell of a show. Just like tonight, it should be even funner tomorrow. I'm going to be having drinks, going to the shed for smokes. You're all going to be here having fun. Prelim Tim, he might join me. AJ, Arkansas, boys, we're going live for the first time ever during an event. Should be good.
Yeah, it's something I've always thought about, so it's cool to give it a try.
Yeah, I've thought about it, but I was like, damn, a whole event, 6 hours. We'll start it off with 3 to 4 main event. I'll put the fights in front of me on the TV, commentate as they go on, talk about my bets, give you some free ones, do some giveaways while you're here tuning in, while watching the fights. If you can't watch the fights, I'm going to try my best to commentate the fights, but hey, it's my first time. It might not be too great for commentating the fights play by play, but hopefully Prelim Tim can join me and try to commentate with me if he's watching them as well while on stream. That's the goal. And let's put it in the hole. That was a good catchphrase. Oh my God. Fuck yeah. Who's ready for this $50? Who's ready for one of the best shows of their fucking life that's almost over? It's one of the worst events maybe of the year, but hey, we made it a good show. We're giving out some free money, and the props were great. Fight Fiends. Great props on the show. We got Chris Wilson, Tyler Betts, John, Mag, Pally, Sunrise in April, Kai Babes, Lutz for Days, Escape Matrix. And one concern Escape Matrix said, he said, hey, man, there's like 30 entries in the giveaway, 20 entries, but only 10 people watching. How can we fix this? What should we do? We're not changing anything. You have to be here live on the show to claim that $50, right, Prelim Tim?
Yeah, but I'd also like it to be people that are actively speaking to us. I think some people are like they say hi and then they disappear for like the whole show. I'd really prefer for it to be people that are actually talking about the bets or talking about MMA with us. But I appreciate how active the chat has been. So I think we should keep the giveaways going in one form or another.
Yeah, some people are still watching, say hi, and then come and go. Some people are active during the chat, but within 30 seconds to a minute, they have to claim the win. So even if they commented at the very start, it's up to them to be here, right now to claim it, and they will be in the live chat like you can see. So based off that, I think that's enough for me to be fair, someone to be active enough. Rather, if they were talking about bets every single minute of the live stream or not, or they stayed, watched, and made a couple comments, they deserve the same percentage, same chance. They're not getting cut out of the giveaway. With having it be a time limit of 30 seconds to a minute, that's enough time for someone to claim it, right? They're gonna be active enough on the show watching.
It's too hard to police who's been talking about the fights anyway. I was just saying
cop.
That, I was just saying that as a carpenter. I don't think we can actually do it, but that's what I would like to do. I'm gonna do another spin once yours is settled.
Damn.
I'm only gonna do $20, everybody. Make sure you hear me on that, because I might give away more tomorrow during the live show. So I don't want to do too much right now. So,
can't get too crazy here. Can't get too nutty. But yeah, we got a lot of entries. We're gonna spin it up to police it, like you said, like 30 seconds to a minute. Be here, claim it, say that's you in the live chat. That's all we can do to police it. Escape Matrix. Like, if you're not active enough to be here within 30 seconds to a minute, there's like, it's not your chance to win this week. And we have respun multiple times, right? Prelim Tim in Arkansas. If the winner's not here, we're gonna respin it to someone who's active. We will.
Oh, yeah.
All right,
It's gonna be an active winner. And Prelim Tim said, hey, let's do another 20. We did 20 at the start for Melvin. Congrats to Melvin. I'm going to send you that 20 here after the show. But let's give out the big 50 in between the two 20s. Who do we got for the 50 this week? Congrats to this sexy motherfucker.
Tyler. Yeah.
My God.
Tyler's definitely been active. Hopefully he's still there.
Dropped in a little late, but hey, he made it. He dropped some comments. Now he has to claim it within 30 seconds to a minute. Oh, right. My guy, he's here. Tyler Betts.
Congrats,
cashing in. Winning in Winnipeg with my friend Melvin. Two big winners on the show. Holy fucking smokes. Let's play this song.
Time.
We got winning Grizzly. What a $50 dub here. He's going to need that for tomorrow. And he might even win again on a giveaway tomorrow, Prelim Tim.
Yeah.
And he could go back to back and win again. We're doing another one. Tyler Betts. Oh my God, my friend. $50. I remember Tyler Betts winning before on the show, don't you?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh yeah. He's been one lucky fella before. You ready for the 20? If you're ready for the $20 spin, like the video and comment once the video's over to help the algorithm. Goes a long way. Commenting after the video too, not just in the live chat. Goes a long way. And we love seeing the comments. And we will engage with the comments. Let's give out 20 from Prelim Tim. Thanks, everyone. Staying forecasted.
Melvin, again.
More names were added. More names were added, and Melvin won again. But the problem is, this time he has to claim it. Yeah, Melvin has to claim it this time.
They were just talking to me, so I think they're good.
Yeah, well, he better be in here now.
What's Melvin's bets this weekend? They're feeling lucky, it seems like. I'm going to tell them.
It went to an active forecaster. I popped up their name and their comment within 10 seconds, not 30 seconds, not a minute. It's been an active forecaster getting the win in Winnipeg, and I appreciate Melvin getting back-to-back wins. He just pulled $40 from the show. He got the two $20 wins. Hey, sometimes you're lucky. Sometimes you're like Tyler Betts getting that extra $10. Congrats to both the winners. Hallelujah. 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 We're doing this each and every event. If you didn't win this week, come back next week. We're giving out money each and every live stream. And tomorrow, a special live stream live during the event. More giveaways. So tune in and find out. Stay forecasted F3. Prelim Tim, plug it out. Arkansas.
Yeah.
Plug it out.
YouTube, Substack, and Instagram, Prelim Tim MMA. Follow me there if you're not already. I hope everybody that is watching this right now is following me on those platforms, though. If you're not, let's go.
Let's go. Let's get it. Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, Arkansas MMA bets on Instagram and Twitter or X. And then I have a Patreon too, but I send out my bets on my Instagram and Twitter every Saturday. So, yeah, I'll send those out tomorrow. But, yeah, have a good weekend, y'all.
Have a good weekend, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Smash that like button, subscribe, check out Arkansas, Prelim Tim, and check out that live stream tomorrow. It's going to be a good one. And thank you again to everybody entering the giveaway. Huge congratulations to Melvin. Back-to-back wins. Tyler Betts. Fight Fiend, if you want to find me, I'm live each and every event. The links are in the description below. I have a Patreon set up for the bets. Discord's free. Prelim Tim has his own channels in there. Instagram, X, Telegram. You can find me on there. F3. I got my hand slogans and everything. Gang, gang. We ready to go in Winnipeg to get the win. Love y'all so much. We're going to be back each and every event. You know where to find Fight Fiend.
And
Let's get this win. Let's go. Come on now.